What's up, players?
What's
This
going
is
on?
week 6 of Super Liga Center.
Week
I'm Sam.
six. Mike.
Marlon.
I'm Chris, and we're gonna fucking get right into the recaps. We're gonna start with the Gridiron Throne, Mike's team versus
Yeah.
Over Easy.
Yeah.
Mike, your
it was
team actually put up a decent score, man. That's a respectable score, 140.
yeah. Yeah.
But you lost 140
so
to 172.
yeah, so Thursday night was the Seahawks game, and Russell Wilson and Chris Carson both went off, and I was projected to win pretty handily. So I was excited for like 4 days. And then
Damn,
Sunday
teased
came
you, bro.
around. Sunday came around and I was still looking good, And then Amari Cooper
Yeah,
had a
Amari
game.
Cooper, bro,
Had a game.
Amari
had
Cooper.
himself a quarter. He had himself a quarter. That fourth
Yeah,
quarter, man.
that's true. That's true. He had himself a quarter that just happened to fuck me. But
On your
Hard, bro.
birthday,
78.
on your birthday, nonetheless.
on my
Your
birthday,
birthday.
nonetheless. Happy 29th
Yeah.
birthday to me.
Oh, happy birthday, Mike.
And he
You know,
didn't even
it was
and
it
he
was
didn't
funny,
even call
man,
the next day.
because up until that point, Haley was like, "I'm gonna lose so bad." She didn't start Chark. Chark had 50 on the bench,
Oh yeah.
Oh.
and she was like crying. She's like, "I don't want to be the pussy of the week." And then Amari almost dropped 80, and it was all
Yeah.
good.
And there was nothing I
Yeah,
could do.
dude.
There was nothing I could do on my bench. Nothing. It was just it was what it was.
It was what it was. Greg Olson did get you 0 points. He goosed you, but I don't
But
think any
Backup
tight end
backup
put up
tight
30
end gave me like a point and a half, so it wouldn't have made a
right.
difference.
Ebron. Yeah, man. So that was a crazy matchup. I mean, another high scoring week this week. We had 3 teams over 200, so that was insane. The next game is Las Vegas United, Tom versus the Bangkok Lady Boys. 153 to 104. Tom, you pulled out the victory. Let's see who went off for you.
I had Tyler Boyd scored 36, and then of course I had Dalvin Cook scored 32. So
Newly acquired Dalvin Cook, putting in good work.
Yeah.
yeah, and then everybody else scored me. They were pretty decent. It wasn't anything crazy, but yeah, 154 points for me. Lady Boys did not. I'm sorry.
Oh, did you have any sense of regret when you saw Christian McCaffrey's numbers, or were you pretty solid?
We'll get to that.
Oh man, I knew McCaffrey was going to go off. I mean, he went out for me a couple of times, man.
Yeah.
60 and then 46
Right.
and stuff like that. It was more of like the package that I was getting. So
Yeah.
I mean, like we talked about, we knew McCaffrey was the best player in the deal, but Dalvin Cook played and did as well as I thought he would for me. So, no, I'm good. I did not think Thielen was going to go off. I traded Thielen, and Thielen fucking had 50 points, bro. So that was
Yeah,
shocking.
bro.
McCaffrey, not so
Bro.
much.
Thielen was chirping. He was calling out his quarterback, and it worked,
Yeah.
man. The greasy wheel.
Kirk Cousins said, "Fuck you, catch the ball."
Yeah, catch it.
Oh, yeah.
Go
Catch
it now.
this.
It was a much-needed win for me, and I think Lady Boys went off last week. He was the first team in the league to hit 200, and this week he looks more like himself at 105. So,
He fell back to earth.
There it is. He came right back down. That's right.
That-
Okay, and the next
that
game.
transformation wasn't permanent.
No. He got regrets. He reneged. The next game is the Bad Hombres, my team, versus Flint Tropics. I actually lost, put up respectable points, 147, but my opponent had 200 points. He had Michael Thomas, who went crazy, 57 points. Dak Prescott, who had like 3 points or something going into the fourth, and then just decided to ball out in the fourth quarter. He ended up with 46 points, which is it's funny that Dak Prescott had a crappy real life game and had 46 points, and Aaron Rodgers had like a really good real life game and ended up with like 9. Like fantasy's fucking wild, dude.
It'd be like that sometimes.
It do be like that sometimes. But yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with the. I mean, 147. It's not like I'm the no talent pussy of the week or anything. You know what I mean? So I just when the other team puts up 200 plus points, they're gonna be hard to beat. So probably gonna lose that one.
And Tropics remains undefeated.
The last undefeated team.
Not truly undefeated. He tied a game. I don't know if I consider that truly unbeaten. But he hasn't lost
half the defeat.
Right. The next game, Ass and Titties scored 140, which was the lowest score for a winning team, I think. 140. Beat Defensor Fortis, who's only scored 95 points. Defensive Fortis gets the first loss of the season, and Patrick Mahomes really did him in, right? I mean, he kind of rides or dies with Patrick Mahomes a little bit, and Patrick Mahomes didn't have that great of a game, and so it brought him back down to earth a little bit.
Yeah. That's Patty Mahomes' first not so great game, and then Defensive Fortis goes the way Patty Mahomes goes, and he couldn't put up 100, but he also he played a couple of guys that he probably should have benched this past week. I think who did he play?
He had Sammy. He got two goose eggs. Sammy Watkins goosed him, and so did Williams.
Williams is actually injured, so he told me he logged in at 11:59, and when he tried to switch it, it turned the clock turned to noon, and he couldn't change him out, so he had to roll with that, which sucks.
He had to go.
But so he gets his first loss. He was the last truly just unbeaten all wins guy, in the league, and he finally got his first loss.
Yeah, so he falls to 4-1, and Flint Tropics is 4-0-1, so they both have 4 wins still. Let's see what's the next game here. Culon Santo also broke 200 points. Put it on what we're gonna settle on the name. The name of his team is Vino Poppies, but we're talking about maybe calling them the Vino Dolphins or the Delfino Poppies.
Delfino Poppies.
Delfino Poppies. He's tanking for Tua, but he doesn't know that it's not a dynasty league. It's a redraft, bro. It does you no good if you can go 0-16. Oh man! So do you want to talk about your game, Marlon? Who kind of really won it for you?
Well, I mean, the surprise points that came out of nowhere. I was completely shocked. Was Will Fuller, who went for 90 points, 91 points, almost 92 points. If you would have told me on Saturday night, hey man, I think I have a feeling that Will Fuller is gonna score 90 points tomorrow, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here, dude. I'm probably gonna bench him just because you said that.
I mean, if you were to say
Will Fuller and one other player, you would have beat Defensor Fortis.
That's true.
Dude,
as long as
not Baker Mayfield.
Not Baker Mayfield. But yeah, so it was that. Tom Brady did really, really well. But yeah, that blew it out of the water for me. I mean, Mike Evans put 0 points against New Orleans, and
bro, that's a once in a lifetime fantasy performance, bro. Like, when has anyone ever put up 91 points? And I was reading about it. It was like that is like in 15 years the greatest fantasy performance.
Oh, in the last 15 years, right? Is it for wide receivers or across the board?
I mean, probably both, man. I mean, for wide receivers for sure.
I don't remember anybody else going.
I remember a couple of years back, whoever had Antonio Brown once blew up for like 80-some points in one game. 90.
No, but dude, Will Fuller is back. Will fucking Fuller the fifth. Unbelievable. I'm benching him next week, so. I think Will Fuller outscored Hopkins in one game for like his season total. I think Will Fuller has more points in one game than Hopkins does for the entire season. So that's insane. But okay,
I mean,
we're on
else
to the next
pretty okay, but
yeah. Right. And the last one, cross-faded. Last week's No Talent Pussy scores 161, really good score, but he went up against the motherfucking Dem Lions, who almost got to 300 fucking points. You rounded it up to 299. I think it was like 298.6 or something. But
yeah, 299. Dude, he just needed a point and change, and he would have had 300, man. And I'm thinking, man, he needs to change his name to Dem Lions, dude, because there's no L's. No L's are needed in his name, dude. He needs a W in there.
Dem Ions?
Dem Lions, bro.
Oh, with the W instead?
Yeah.
I just dropped the L. I went with Dem Ions, but Dem Lions is as well. Everybody went off, dude. I think his lowest score was Jalen Smith with 10 and Larry Fitzgerald with 11. But he left points on the fucking bench too. Josh Jacobs 34 and Sony Michel with 21. I mean,
Yeah, but you're not going to play Jacobs. Where are you going to play Jacobs?
You're only going to play him when Christian McCaffrey has a bye.
Christian McCaffrey was his flex.
Man, yeah, that's fucked up because I traded him Aaron Jones. You traded him Christian McCaffrey. Aaron Jones went for 54 fucking fantasy points, and McCaffrey went for 65.
Yeah.
So
fuck that, bro.
We had
Damn Roberts. Damn Roberts, bro.
Damn Roberts. They fucking
Is he from Pittsburgh? Because he looks like a Steeler.
Yeah. Did y'all check your pockets to make sure you still had your wallet and keys too?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's crazy, man. So I don't know. He almost broke 300. I've never seen that. I've never seen anybody get close to 300. I've seen 240s, but 298. That's insane. Man. And
I think I scored like 250 last year.
Yeah.
Man, 300. That's just insane. Like what?
Yeah. When I saw the score, I was like, oh, he started Will Fuller. Like he must have picked him up or something. And I looked and I clicked on it. I was like, he didn't even have fucking Will Fuller. Like, how did he get that 298? That's fucking crazy. Anyway, so those were the recaps. Tom, do you want to hit us with the standings real quick?
Yeah, for the Earth Division, Defensor Fortis sitting up top at 4-1. He has 681.06 points scored. He got his first loss this week. Like we said, Patrick Mahomes didn't play too good, so he got his first loss. Second, we have Dem Lions, who's lost 2 games, which is crazy. He's 3-2. He has 977.38 points. He's almost at 1,000 points on the year.
No one's been 5 games, bro. He's averaging 200 points a game.
No one. His team is fucking terrifying. God bless whoever plays him next week. Oh, it's the Lady Boys. Good luck to you. And then I got my second win of the year. Las Vegas United 2-3, 652.32 points. Vino Poppies remains 0-5, 596.52 points for the Earth Division. So, that one's, I'm 2-3 and Dem Lions is 3-2, but I don't think I'm anywhere near Dem Lions in terms of talent on the roster. So let's see. The next division has been our most competitive one. It's the Win Division. Aston TD's 4-1, 740.28 points scored. He won again this week. His team looks solid. Over Easy is now in second place in that division, 2-3, 735.18 points. Then Chris, the Bad Hombres, coming in third in the division, also 2-3, 714.52 points. And finally, at 2-3, also 691.66 points is crossfaded. So again, that's the most competitive division that we have in the league. And 3 of you guys in that division are 2-3. So half the league is 2-3 right now. So that's
wild.
Fighting
competitive. Yeah.
Definitely is competitive. And then finally, the Fire Division, Flint Tropics, undefeated, 4-0-1, 862.88 points. Then the Gridiron Throne, with his first loss of the year, 3-1-1, 751.36 points. Coulon Santo, 2-3, 706.88 points. And then Bangkok Ladyboys, back on the L column, 1-4, 5.16 points.
Yeah.
So that's also a pretty good division, I think. Bangkok Ladyboys trailing a little bit, but Marlon, you're still in the with that win that you got this week, you're still in the thick of things.
Still in the hunt.
Right.
Santo.
Santo. Back to you, Chris.
All right. And now to our favorite segment of the entire episode. Say it with me, guys. Who the fuck is that guy?
Because of the latency.
It's a little loud. It's a little lazy.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Who the fuck is that guy? My who the fuck is that guy of the week is Byron Pringle. Pringle like the fucking chip. Byron Pringle, wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs. 6 catches, 103 yards, and 1 touchdown, 27 fantasy points, and he's still on the waiver wire. If anybody wants him, you can go ahead and pick him up as we speak. Dude, Patrick Mahomes can just, even in a shitty game, he can turn a fucking a no talent pussy like Byron Pringle into a fucking star for a game at least. 27 points. Unbelievable. The custodian, Byron Pringle, dude. Oh my God. All right, on to the next one. The squanderer of the week. Now, this one's going to be a little bit different because usually somebody fucks up and we can pick on them and talk shit, but this week there were so many blowouts. There were all blowouts, and
The closest game was 32 points.
I think that was your game, right?
Yeah.
Your game, and I think you were projected to win before the week by 1 point, so it was close either way. So we kind of had a hard time picking a squanderer because everybody just got blown out. But we decided to go with Dem Lions for almost getting to 300 points, but failing to start either DJ Moore, who scored 30 points over Larry Fitzgerald. He could have got 330, dude. He could have got like 325. But he fucked it up. So Dem Lions. You squandered the 300. We'll probably never see it ever in a lifetime, and you fucked that up for us. So because of that, you are the squanderer of the week.
I don't know, man. His roster is pretty damn good, man. He might come close. You don't know.
Never know. You never know.
Too soon.
Maybe. All right. The next segment, the bed shitter of the week. I know we've got a couple. We had a couple bed shitters. I'm going to go with Baker Mayfield, quarterback of, fittingly, the Browns for shitting the bed. He had 8 completions, right? 100 yards even, 2 picks, 2 fumbles. He lost 1. -5 points in our league. -5 points. Luckily, Flint Tropics didn't start him, left him on the bench, started Prescott over him. Great choice. Baker Mayfield, it's crazy. What do you guys think about him like being projected to be like one of the top 5 fantasy quarterbacks before the season, and then now he's just
people bought the hype, dude, and he was hyping himself up. So
he was hyping himself up. He was feeling himself.
Oh, man.
He's one of those dudes.
He's all over the NFL commercials and shit. Like he's a star in the league, but he's putting up these performances every week.
He has like the most interceptions in the league since he's been a starter, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So he started I think 17 games now. Yeah, he started 17 games now, and he has like 21 interceptions in 17 games. Which
I'm not buying it either, man. I never bought it last year. I thought he was having. I mean, I thought with that talent that he had around him, and they have a pretty good defense. I thought this season would be going a little differently than it is now. But I never really bought Baker as a quarterback.
Yeah.
He was just.
He had no O-line either.
Yeah.
Yeah, that O-line's sketchy, man. He looks scared. Like he literally looks like he's fucking, fighting for his life. Like, it's crazy.
Luck 2.0.
Yeah, there we go. Don't put that on him. That sucks. Don't put that on anybody. All right, Marlon. Honorable mention for Marlon. Marlon, you want to hit us with the honorable mention?
Yeah, just Mike Evans. He laid a goose egg for me. 0 points against New Orleans, bro. Against New Orleans.
Dude,
like
not just
one.
He had 3
one
targets.
catch. Yeah, well, at least one. So it wasn't entirely his fault, of course, but you'd expect, for him to get at least something.
I will give, Lattimore, he started the year kind of shitty because Nuke went off on him, scored over 30 points on him. It's actually Hopkins' only great game that he's had this season. But he shut down Amari Cooper, who went for fucking 80 and this week, and he shut down Mike Evans, who's a really great wide receiver, top 5, top 8, but he's a monster of a receiver, and he just completely shut him down. So give some credit to that cornerback, man. Lattimore is coming around again. He started kind of shaky, but he's definitely picking it up.
Yeah.
All right, next segment is the no talent pussy of the week, and I didn't think I'd say this, man, but fucking Defensor Ford is our number 1 guy all season long. Returning champ, and he's you go from the high to the low, bro. The high to the high to being the no talent pussy of the week the next week.
Such is fantasy football.
You know what, man? We gave him shit when he took Patrick Mahomes in the 2nd round, and this is exactly why. He's got no talent anywhere else, bro.
That's right, but at least he listens.
It was a no talent pussy, but at least he listened.
At least he listens.
You live by Mahomes, you die by Mahomes.
You die by Mahomes. And you know what? We're over here shitting on Patrick Mahomes. He still scored 20 points, bro. Yeah. He scored like 20 points even. I'd take that for my quarterback every week. So even then,
Patrick Mahomes only had 1 touchdown this week. Fuck.
Yeah. What a douchebag.
He still outscored any quarterback that I've had this year, and I've had different quarterbacks this season.
How many different quarterbacks have you started? 5?
He's had 4.
I've had a quarterback each season.
Each week you've had a different quarterback?
I mean, each week this season, yeah. So for 5 games, I've had a different quarterback every game.
Wait, Carson Wentz did good for you though this last week, right? Carson Wentz broke 20.
14, dude.
Oh, shit.
That's wild. That's wild, dude. Yeah, just I don't know.
It was his weakest game of the season, his lowest scoring game of the year. I think I'm cursed or something, man. I'm like,
you're cursed, dude.
Hey, the quarterback crusher.
Go back to Winston, bro. He's just like open arms, dude. Open arms. He's like gonna accept
it. Take him. He's on Coulon's team now.
He's on my bench.
Sounds like there's a trade going on, maybe. All right, next segment. It's the sad one. Every week, we pour it
the saddest one.
And I think this one was obvious this week. Yeah, it was obvious this week. Our pour them out. We're gonna pour one out for Mason Rudolph's brain. Mason Rudolph's brain. Pour one out for his brain because that dude got hit so hard and got knocked out cold. He was not moving. His hand was doing one of these.
Yeah.
When he was asleep on the ground. It was scary.
I didn't see it live. I didn't see it. Was it one of those times like you see them in UFC when they get knocked out and they get stiff?
Yeah. I didn't see it live, but if I only saw it afterwards, so I knew he was okay. But if I had seen it live, I'm pretty sure I would have thought he was dead.
I didn't see it live. I saw it like you guys, like on a highlight, and it scared the shit out of me. It was so scary, and I knew he was okay, and it still scared me. Tom, what's a little CTE amongst friends? What's a little CTE?
What's a little CTE amongst buddies? CTE equals los bros.
It's like a guy getting knocked out in boxing or a guy getting knocked out in MMA.
It's rough, bro. I know, bro. It was just the optics of it. They had to take his face mask off, right? Because they were going to give him oxygen, and he just had the helmet on.
Yeah.
And the fucking carriage didn't work. You see that? The carriage didn't work, and he had to walk to the fucking locker room on his own, feet, dude.
Bro, nothing runs like a John Deere in my ass. That fucking thing broke down. That was almost our fucking bed shitter of the week, bro. That fucking John Deere was almost the bed shitter of the week. I was this fucking close. That no telling pussy.
Jesus, man. Like, poor guy gets knocked out on the field.
And you got to make it.
Bro, Juju Smith-Schuster, did you see he was like crying, bro? He was fucking shook, man. He turned into Boo-Hoo Smith-Schuster, man. That motherfucker was in tears. He was just running down his face. It was crazy, man. But I hope, honestly, I hope Mason Rudolph is okay. They said that he'll be back like maybe next week. I hope not. I hope they just sit him down for the rest of the year.
Take a couple weeks at least. Shit.
Yeah, man. So, and let's pour one out for the NFL's PR team because, dude, that shit did not look good with the cart breaking down and taking off the face mask and him looking all fucked up. Damn, their PR team must have been fucking putting in overtime.
Not a good look.
Yeah, and you're gonna tell me, bro, in a stadium that big, you only have one cart? Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
There's only one of them?
No, there was one on the other sideline, but they didn't grab it for some reason. There was another one. I don't know why they didn't.
This dude who just got fucking knocked the fuck out. You're just gonna make him walk through the tunnel by himself?
Dude, yeah,
Jesus.
Dude. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Even that Bernie's that motherfucker across the field. It's like
hey, Chris, you're on it today with the jokes, man.
I think it's a Modelo. Brought to you by Modelo.
Switching it up to Modelo.
Modelo.
Oh shit. Okay. Next, our next one is the big cock on the block. Obviously. 300 points, dude. Unbelievable.
This is getting out of hand, guys.
Dude, wasn't even close. When I saw the 200 points, I was like, oh yeah, man, like I'm gonna be the big cock on the block. But
you need 100 more points, bitch. Yeah. Hey, so what's more terrifying? What's more terrifying, Rudolph getting knocked out or fucking Dem Lions' football fantasy team? What's fucking more terrifying, dude?
It's gotta be Dem Lions, bro. That's the scariest shit I've ever seen in my life. Do I play him this week? Fuck, or no, next week? When do I play that motherfucker, man? I hope I'm not on his schedule. That's all right. And this is probably the only time that the Squanderer and the big cock on the block are going to be the same fucking person. It's going to be the same team. Dem Lions. Good job. Right, salute, sir. Amazing job.
Because he scored 299 points he's a big cock on the block, but also because he scored 299 points and not fucking 300. He's a squanderer.
He squandered it. All right, let's get into next week's games real quick. Our week 6 matchups, and we're gonna start with Las Vegas United versus the Bad Hombres. Here we go, Thomas. You and I think we've been even throughout our fantasy careers together as far as one-on-ones, and it's always a close game, dude. I think last season I might have beat you by a couple points,
which is crazy because you were having a bad year and I was having a really good year, and then you beat me. But yeah, man, it's tough. My receivers are all injured pretty much. I had to trade Kelsey away for one, so it's rough, man. Sterling Shepard is out. Who knows when he's going to come back? Also concussed. Deshaun Jackson might not come back for a couple of weeks either. So I had to go out and I traded Kelsey for Kenny Galladay, but I had traded for Zach Ertz, so my tight end spot's filled, so I'm good there. Yeah, man. So we'll see, man. I'm projected to score the least amount of points I have all year, and I think you have me by like 7 or 8 points on the projection, but we'll see, man. Your team looks good. If DeAndre Hopkins can get going against KC, which is very likely, because KC's secondary is pretty trash.
I'm hoping for it.
If your receivers put in a good game, it's going to be tough for me to hang with you, man. So we'll see, man.
The only ones I'm really worried about, Brandon Cooks, he's also in the concussion protocol, so I don't know. He might be a game time decision. We'll see if he plays. And then obviously TJ Hawkinson has been so up and fucking down, so volatile. He can goose me. He can get me 15. I don't fucking know, man. So we're going to see what happens with him. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's going to be close. It's going to be a close game. And dude, this is like, we're so competitive. This is like one of the games that I look forward to the most all season. So a lot is riding on the line this year.
It's rough, man. It's definitely going to be a good one, and hopefully it's competitive.
You said I only won like 3 games last season. My fucking team was shit, but one of those 3 was against you, and I was fucking cool. I could sleep at night, bro. I could sleep.
I won 11. I won 11 games last year, and one of those losses was to Chris. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So you lost some sleep. I'm just kidding. All right. Our next matchup this week is Culon Santo versus Over Easy. Hey man, you gotta.
I'm nervous.
She's not gonna have Saquon, but she didn't fucking need him last week. And her dude, Over Easy really loaded up after Saquon went down. Started making some trades, and that team is actually fucking sneaky scary.
Yeah, dude. Once Saquon comes back, watch out, man. Because like I said, she was panicking. She was thinking that Saquon was going to be out for 8 weeks instead of what has it been, like 4. So I mean, once he comes back, she didn't really give up too much to get those players that she acquired, but they've been going off. She got DJ Chark. She picked him up for waivers like the second week of the year, and he's been going off. He's been pretty consistent. And she traded for fucking Mark Ingram. She's good at quarterback. I mean, she has a really good squad, man. So watch out. So Marlon, if you're gonna beat her, now's the time.
Now's the time. I mean, you're projected to win, but it's these projections.
These projections.
If they weren't playing on Sunday night, there's a good chance Saquon would have been playing this week. So got lucky they got the Thursday night game.
Yeah, but I'm glad he's sitting out one more week, man. You just don't want to rush him.
It's good.
Future.
Even though he's like a cyborg.
So Marlon, how do you feel about Evans? He goosed you last week. I mean, he's going up against Carolina. It's a decent defense. Do you think he's going to break 10 points this week or what?
I'm hoping that he breaks at least 10 points. I got some favorable matchups, but she's got DJ Chark, Mark Ingram, and they both got favorable matchups. Just looking back at the data, they've allowed their big names to score a bunch of points on them. So I'm nervous about it. Definitely. I'm still debating.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, just still debating who to keep as my running back. I've got also some of the stars on bye. So I don't know, man. I'm definitely nervous about it.
So as of right now, Will Fuller's on your bench. Is that going to stay that way?
Yeah, I think I'm going to leave him on the bench because he's got I've been burned before, man. I don't know if he's got it in him. They've already.
I don't know, man. So my only thing is that Will Fuller's probably facing the weakest secondary the Texans have faced all year.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
So I mean that can be.
It's gonna be a shootout. It's gonna be a shootout.
Because Deshaun can sling it, man, and he can support more than one or two fantasy guys as well, like receiving the ball. So I don't know. I mean, it's tough for sure. I mean, it's tough.
It's a gamble. Yeah,
for sure. It's interesting. This game, Coulon Santo over easy, like Las Vegas and Bad Hombres. This battle with 2 and 3 teams there, man. So you want to get to 500, you got to win this game instead of taking a step back, falling to 2 and 4. So big games here, man. Going into the middle of the season.
Over easy is in my division, so I'm gonna be rooting for you, Coulon. But I don't know. I think it might come down to Hooper, man, because Hooper's got a good matchup against Arizona. Arizona's shitty against the tight ends usually, so Hooper could go off. We'll see. All right, what's the next one here?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, you're good.
That's
okay.
Good. Yeah.
Lady Boys versus Dem Lions. We don't even need to talk about it. It's fucking. I think he can. I think the he can spot him like 100 points. I think he's still going to be. I think the line is set at like.
Would this be the upset of the century?
Oh, that would be.
I don't know what would have to happen.
I got it. We should give we should take the L from Dem Lions' name and put it in front of the Lady Boys. So it's like Lady Boys, 2 L's, and then the Dem Lions.
Lady Boys.
Lady Boys. But in all seriousness, Dem Lions is projected to kick his ass, and it's kind of hard to go against it with what he's been doing this season, man. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. He has 2 losses, and you look at it, it's like, how? How? It's crazy.
So the next game, Crossfaded versus Flint Tropics. Flint Tropics is undefeated, but dude, Crossfaded, they can put up some fucking points, man. They've been consistently putting up good points. So I think as of right now, Flint Tropics is projected to win by about 11. But I think that's going to be another nail biter too, man.
Yeah.
I would not count Crossfaded out, even though he is 2 and 3 and Flint Tropics is 4 and 1. But I think it's going to come down to the wire. He's got Deshaun Watson, like you said, a favorable matchup.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson put up 76 points last week, so crazy. Yeah. And I mean, he can go off as well, especially against the KC secondary.
Yeah, for sure.
If Kansas City gets rolling against Houston, which they probably are, I think it looks to put up a shit ton of points as well.
Right. The only thing about Crossfaded's team is that he has Beckham and Jarvis Landry, and they're relying on fucking on Baker, El Panadero. Baker fucking Mayfield, who, we've already touched on it. He's been playing like shit. So we'll see what happens there. Hopefully Baker can fucking pull through for him. But I'm going to be actually rooting for Flint Tropics because Crossfaded is also in my division. So there's that. And then the last, we got 2 more. Defensor Fortis versus Mike, your team, Gridiron Thrones.
I'm projected to lose by about 20 points right now, but I'm hoping he was a no-talent pussy of the week last week, so I'm hoping that maybe something will happen. I mean, he's so heavily reliant on the Chiefs, so just have a bad game again, please.
Well, that's a favorable matchup too. I think the weak point of the Texans defense is their corners, and I think it's going to be a shootout. It's going to be a high-scoring game.
Patrick Mahomes may be injured though. He was hobbling around quite a bit. So
yeah, he's had that ankle injury since week 1, since they played the Jaguars.
I'm not rooting for
much of an issue. Yeah, no, for sure. And he'd been hopping around like that just recently, I guess, after the Colts started, getting after him. So if the Texans can get after him and throw him off the way the Colts did, then you never know. He might have another off game. But Patty Mahomes for 2 bad games straight, I don't know, man. I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Saying my prayers tonight.
Saying my prayers. And the last
he also has Kelsey now too.
Yeah. That just happened.
Fucking trades.
Those trades. Dude, fucking Tom over here. You're like Tom Cruise in that one movie. What's it called? Where he's the agent and shit. He's making. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Jerry Maguire. Thank you. What was the thing you said?
Help you.
No. Do the Tom Cruise thing. The Cruz.
Cruz, que se vaya el chamuco, que venga Tom Cruise.
All right, the last game, Acid Titties versus Vino Poppies. It's projected to be close, but Vino Poppies is on such a bad streak right now. I kind of want to keep it going. We're on Owen watch. He's 0-5. He's 0-5, right? He's 0-5 now. 0-5. God, dude, if he goes 0-16, we got to do a special type of fucking punishment for that, or 0 whatever the fuck 13.
Say, well, next year there will be, but this season there's nothing that we can do. But next year there definitely will be repercussions for fucking sucking.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I was looking at Vino Papi's lineup this week because it was supposed to be a close game, and I think he has a chance, man. He has Garoppolo now, who's actually been putting up decent numbers. He has Julio, who's bound to pop off, dude. Like Julio just hasn't done much all season. He's bound to pop off. And yeah, dude, I think it'll be closer than we think, maybe. But Ascentee's been consistently putting up around the 150 mark, so he's going to be.
He's 0-5, but he's only gotten close to being the no talent pussy once of those 5 weeks. So.
Right.
Oh, he doesn't have one?
He's just on bad luck. No, I don't think he's.
Him and Boo were neck and neck, but with the stat correction, it ended the points.
Correction. Yeah, he was Vino Papi was the no talent pussy for like a day or two.
Settle down. The end of the year awards, which mean the most, will determine whether or not he's a no talent pussy. Okay, these week to week things, it's just a little taste, man. It's the end of the year awards that really matter.
Yeah, that's gonna be. Yeah, that's gonna be epic. Whoever scored the least amount of points overall is the biggest no talent pussy, the fattest no talent pussy of the year.
The fattest, hairiest, cheesiest taco.
Okay. On that note, I think that's all we got for this week. Oh shit. See you guys next week.
See y'all next week.
Good luck, you guys, except for you, Chris. Coming for you, homie.
Let's go, bro. Let's go.
Later.
Chasing that win.
All that.